Hello, everyone. Hi. Wanted to welcome everyone. Let's give a minute to log in. Hi, Heather. Thanks for joining. You want to type in the chat if you can when you log on. Let me know that you're here. We'll get started in just a moment. Want to make sure everybody can get in and get on. While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and, hi Shelby, want to go ahead and get started with quick introductions. You can type in the chat box a little bit who you are, where you're coming from, and whether or not you've ever used essential oils before. If you could go ahead and type in the chat box that, I think I have it open for people to respond, so that would be great. So while we're doing introductions, I'll go ahead and do a quick introduction about myself. My name is Chrissy Etheridge. I am currently in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a nurse practitioner here that works in several different emergency rooms. I have been in the healthcare for about 13 years. I was a nurse for 9, and then I became a nurse practitioner about 3 years ago. About a year ago, I went to, I had an opportunity to come to Las Vegas for a step up in the career. So I decided to do that. So that's kind of my professional side. I've got 5 kids, almost all adults, and a 3rd grandbaby on the way. So very excited about that. In addition, so that's obviously personal, professional, but from essential oil point of view, from doTERRA point of view, I actually joined doTERRA about 3 years ago. I went to a class in somebody's living room, kind of like what we're doing right now. And at the time, I was getting my master's degree for family nurse practitioner and was studying holistic nursing as well. So I bought an enrollment kit and started using essential oils personally in my home for little things. I didn't really know that much about essential oils, but I knew that the benefits from the research that I found when I was in my program, which we'll go over those benefits shortly, but I never really dived in and completely used them solely for alternatives to different medical applications until about 2 months ago, when I started getting very serious about the business opportunity. And we'll go over that as well for anybody that's interested. And so now we use essential oils daily in our home. We use the supplements that are available through doTERRA. I try to use them anytime I can rather than using an over-the-counter medication. So let's go ahead and get started. For those that are here, welcome. Those that are just logging on. So a couple housekeeping things before we get started. First, I would invite you guys to stay for the entire webinar. It's approximately an hour. I'm going to try not to make it go that long, but if I get excited and start talking about these oils, it very well could hit an hour. But if you stay for the end, I'll send you a free gift. It's called a headache helper. It's a roller ball right here. I actually just used some before I started on the webinar because my head was bothering me. It's a combination of peppermint, lavender, and frankincense. And so I put them on my temples right here. I put it back behind my ears. Sometimes I rub it on the back of my neck as well. And the anti-inflammatory, the cooling sensation of the peppermint, the anti-inflammatory of the frankincense really helps. So I don't have to go to the medicine cabinet and get something chemical. So we'll go through all those different properties of essential oils and how they can help you in different remedies. So please stay till the end, and I will send you this roller ball. Second, I really think that this is super important, and we're so distracted right now in our daily lives. We try to multitask 1,000 different ways, but I really would invite you to turn off. Well, don't turn off your cell phone if you're using it for this webinar. But if you're using a computer, put your ringer. Turn your ringer off. Tell your family that you're doing something for an hour, and just try to, hopefully learn as much as you possibly can. For those of you that got sent the sample pack, I'd like you to go ahead and get all of those out, because we will be going through that shortly if you haven't already used them. And then I am sent you a pamphlet as well. We're definitely going to go through kind of each one of these aspects. So if you want to take some notes, that'll help you remember different things. This is going to be a recorded webinar. It's available on YouTube. Myself or Shelby can send you the link, or whoever sent you to this webinar, so you can go back and rewatch anything that you might need help with after. So why am I giving this webinar in the first place? I've already told you my love of essential oils, but I want to educate you on what essential oils are. I want to show you how to use essential oils. I want to show you why you should purchase essential oils specifically from doTERRA, and we'll go through the why in a little bit, and then I'll show you how to purchase essential oils. Okay, so let's get started. We've already talked about who I am, but just a little bit more into the essential oil side of things. I have several different family members, including myself, that have used essential oils to improve different things like cold sores around the lips and in the nose. I have a family member that I gave a spray bottle of Melaleuca, which is called tea tree oil, and she applied it where the cold sores were, and within a day they were gone. Okay. I have a son with type 1 diabetes that I'm trying to help regulate his blood sugar and become more healthy. For those of you that know anything about diabetes, you know that they're more susceptible to getting sick. So there's a lot of immune boosters with essential oils and antioxidants that can really help improve the health of people that are suffering from chronic illnesses. And then myself, I suffer from IBS. And so essential oils have really helped me be able to use a non-chemical way to regulate that and improve that. So I really find value in using essential oils. And, I feel more empowered. I use essential oils to help me sleep at night. I know that my grandson, their mother and father, for those of you that don't know them, rub lavender on the bottom of his feet at night, and he is asleep within 5 minutes. And we've just found so many different health benefits in using essential oils, and I just want to share it with as many people as I possibly can. I've already told you I'm in the healthcare world, so I have the ability to write a prescription for anything. For my family, for myself, for friends, but I don't prefer chemicals. I actually prefer all natural and holistic ways of improving health. So, I just really felt when I started this endeavor, if I could share this story and I could share essential oils with everyone to improve their health, then that was my purpose. So, what are essential oils? I don't know how many in here have ever used essential oils or tried them. Most everybody, I think, has at least heard or used of some form of an essential oil. But I'm going to throw up a poll just to see where you are in your essential oil life, whether or not you've never used them before and you know very little about essential oils, or if you've used them a ton and you know a lot about essential oils. I'd love for you, if you can, to respond to this poll while I get started. So essential oils are naturally occurring, and we're right at the top of the sheet, volatile aromatic compounds. And what does that mean? So volatile just means that when the compound hits air, it starts to react and it dissipates into the universe. And so aromatically, they work perfect because as soon as you open up an essential oil and you get them in, the particles are so small that they're going to diffuse into whatever it is that you're doing. A diffuser can help diffuse them faster. But they're very small particles, they react. So that's what volatile means. They're found in the seeds, the barks, the stems, the flowers, the leaves, the rind of a fruit. They're found everywhere. And what they are is the plant's defensive mechanism for survival. So whether or not the plant uses the essential oil for an attraction quality for like the bees and pollination, things like that, or if they use it to repel certain critters out there, all they're doing is sitting in the ground, right? So their only defense mechanism is whatever they can emit, whether or not it's prickly little spines on their stems or if it's essential oils. So that is what an essential oil is for the plant. And so what we do after they're very highly concentrated, distilling them down into, this drop of that defense mechanism. There's steam distillation, there's cold press distillation. There's a lot of different ways to get an essential oil. If you took the rind of a orange, for example, you peel the orange and you've got the outside rind of it. If you squeeze it, there's a little burst of juice that will come out of the rind. That's the essential oil. And so within a peppermint, that if you lick the leaf of a peppermint, then that's the essential oil. That's what you're tasting, is that essential oil. And so historically, essential oil has been used for food preparation. It's been used for beauty, healthcare practices. They've been around for centuries. These were used in the Egyptian times, they were used in the biblical times, and they've been used ever since for different purposes. So they are more potent than their herb counterpart, meaning that if you grew a peppermint on the back patio and you dried the herbs and you've got a bunch of peppermint leaves now that you can make like peppermint tea out of. Essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than their herb counterpart. So for example, that peppermint that I was just talking about, if you wanted to get the benefits of peppermint and you made a peppermint tea, there's a lot of different options out there. You would have to drink about 28 cups of peppermint tea to get the benefit of 1 drop of peppermint oil. So I can barely drink 4 cups of water a day, more or less 28 cups of peppermint tea to get the benefit. So I find extreme value in the potency and the purity of the essential oil to obtain the same benefits that the dried herb would provide for me. Essential oils can also penetrate the cell membrane in our body. Well, what does that mean? When we're sick, bacteria and viruses invade us. Viruses get inside the cell of the body. Bacteria live on the outside of the cell. Our medical scientific breakthroughs so far can only pretty much stay on the outside of the cell. They don't really know how to get in the inside of the cell. And that's why we use antibiotics for bacteria, but there's really not a lot of options for viruses like the flu and chickenpox, the rhinovirus, which is known as the common cold. There's not really much treatment for that because modern science doesn't know how to get inside the cell. Well, the neat thing about essential oils is they can get inside the cell. And so not only are they beneficial for or bacterial qualities, but they're also antiviral, antifungal. So when I say an antimicrobial, I mean the whole ability to kill viruses, bacteria, fungus, yeast. They have those qualities because they can get inside the cell of our body. They also have the ability to get in through our blood-brain barrier. Our body is very protective of itself, especially our brain, because obviously that's our central hub. And most medications can't get through that blood-brain barrier. Essential oils can. And then you would say, well, wait a minute, why is that a good thing? I thought there was a barrier. Well, the reason why it's good is because we have a lot of issues that we need to get through that blood-brain barrier. For example, headaches, stress, causes inflammation in the brain. And if we can use something like frankincense that can get through that blood-brain barrier, we can decrease the inflammation and improve different things, traumatic brain injury, Alzheimer's, dementia. There's a lot of things that we just don't know how to treat yet in modern science that essential oils are the research is starting to show that they can really improve those different disease processes. So, very phenomenal when it comes to essential oils. I have a quick video that I'd like to show you guys about essential oils that will explain this in detail. So I'll be back.
There are no wasted efforts in nature. The fragrance of a flower, the smell of an orange, or the scent of a pine tree all serve specific purposes vital to a plant's survival. What our senses perceive as fragrances or scents are actually volatile aromatic compounds, tiny organic molecules that serve a variety of protective, reproductive, and regenerative purposes. These compounds help ward off unfriendly pests, attract friendly herbivores and insects, and even help the plant heal from infection and physical injury. There are over 3,000 identified varieties of aromatic compounds, each with its own unique and functional chemical constituents that provide different aromas and benefits to the plants. From the petals of a flower, to the leaves of a plant, the rind of a fruit, or the resin of a tree, these volatile aromatic compounds are all around us. Distilled directly from their plant sources, essential oils are multifaceted agents that have seemingly endless applications to our health and can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. Ensuring the maximum potency and beneficial properties of an essential oil are the result of maintaining the delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in that essential oil, all of which can vary depending on the time of day or part of the plant which is harvested, time of year or life cycle when harvested, the geographic location and whether where the plant was grown, or the method and even the duration of distillation. For that reason, it is vital that essential oils come from a trusted source committed to not only producing unadulterated essential oils, but to adhering to the strictest production protocols. There are no wasted efforts in nature. Neither should there be in the health care you provide for yourself and those you love.
Okay, so with that being said, let's go into why doTERRA essential oils specifically. So very first thing I think the video just touched on was the testing that goes into each oil and each batch that doTERRA receives. They are tested by a third-party source that tests for purity, potency, efficacy. Is there any bacteria inside the batch? Is there any heavy metals inside the batch? And so they go through 8 different levels of testing and different types of testing that most essential oil companies don't do these days. Most essential oil companies right now are only doing about 2 different tests for the chemicals within what they're putting in their bottles, if they even do any testing. And doTERRA says that's not adequate enough. And so they've patented a protocol called CPTG, which stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. That's the 8 to 9 different tests that they do on each essential oil. When you purchase an essential oil from doTERRA, at the bottom of each bottle, there is a code. And you can go to sourcetoyou.com and plug in that code at the bottom. You can find out what testing was done, what the results were done, where the oil came from. And then at the bottom of the bottle, it's also got the expiration date. And most essential oils, the bottle itself is good for several years. This specific expiration date is 2022. So I've got at least 5 years, and I'm pretty sure I bought this oil probably in the last year. So that's a pretty long shelf life for these guys, and definitely not a waste of money. They're not going to go bad in a year that you have to repurchase. So very good to know. So testing, number one. I am a consumer, just like I assume you are. I like to make sure that what I am purchasing, it has good quality and good value for the money that I'm going to spend. I challenge you to go look at any of the essential oil companies out there and find out how they test their oils. You can buy a bottle of frankincense at most supermarkets these days. And that frankincense can run you $3.99, $6.99, $10.99, whatever it might be that they might be on sale. But what's in it? And where did it come from? And what kind of chemicals are added to it? You just don't know. Okay. So if I was going to put this on my child, if I was going to ingest this into my body, if I was going to put this on my dog, then I would want to make sure that it's the best quality and the best potency for the outcome that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's definitely something that I really want to make sure you guys understand, is the purity and the potency of what essential oils you're using. The second thing is, and amazing thing about doTERRA, is where they get their oils from, or where they get their, where are their growers, where are their distillers. doTERRA is $1 billion company. They can purchase thousands of acres of land, and they can grow whatever it is that they want to grow. But they decided, when they started this business in 2008, they decided that they wanted to use essential oils that were grown in their best environment. And what does that mean? Well, if anybody's ever tried to grow a plant, for example, those of you watching from Tennessee, you probably wouldn't try to grow a citrus tree in Tennessee because of the weather. They have a very specific requirement. They like a certain temperature. They like a certain humidity. They like a certain rainfall. And so doTERRA knows that, and they decided to work with local farmers throughout the world to get their essential oils. So they are in partnership with about 40 different countries. About 20 of those are developing countries. And what they do, we call it co-impact sourcing. They find the best location with the best soil, with the best pH balance, the best sun, the best environment to produce the best quality strain of whatever it is that they're trying to grow. So, for example, wintergreen comes out of Nepal. Grapefruit comes out of Florida. Frankincense comes from Oman. And I wanted to show just kind of a quick way of what co-impact sourcing means, because it's not just doTERRA finding the best quality products, but they also partnership with those communities for what maybe those communities might need, whether or not it's water in a developing country that they don't even have water, whether or not it's a school system. So the local people can send their children to a safe place so they can then produce in the factory, you know, in the distillation factory, and feel comfortable that their family's in a safe spot. So let me just show you this really quick. It's about 2 minutes, and you can see what I'm talking about.
What's in this bottle? I say love. You see, in Somaliland, living is hard and opportunities are scarce, especially for our daughters. But doTERRA saw our devotion to frankincense trees, trees that we've harvested for generations. We formed a partnership, and since then, everything has changed. My husband no longer fears corrupt middlemen or poor harvests because doTERRA guarantees a fair market price as well as prepayments. I no longer dread being harassed while sorting the frankincense resin because doTERRA ensures a safe working environment. But most beautiful of all, my little girl is no longer forced to work next to me because doTERRA has built schoolhouses to empower all of our children. This journey of love doesn't end here. Once I've sorted the purest resin, it's shipped to doTERRA's distillery in Bulgaria, which responsibly employs dozens of local artisans. Unlike other companies, doTERRA uses organic methods of harvesting and distillation to gently preserve the frankincense therapeutic properties. Then the oil makes its way to doTERRA's state-of-the-art lab, where scientists apply the most advanced tests to ensure the oil's purity and potency. doTERRA has even partnered with over 100 research, university, and medical facilities to find the best applications of essential oils. Ultimately, doTERRA does all this because it cares about your family as much as it cares about mine. What's in this bottle? I say love.
So at the end of that, you saw that source to you. That's that website, sourcetoyou.com, that you can go on and plug in those numbers. They also go through a ton of different co-impact sourcing programs that they're working on. And you can watch videos. You can learn about where the essential oils are coming from and what type of projects they're doing within that community. So I just find that so refreshing that doTERRA is not just worried about themselves. You know, they want to make sure that we get the best essential oils, and they want to make sure that the communities that they get those oils from are also benefiting. So super exciting. So how do you use essential oils? Most of us are familiar with the aromatic way. That means that you smell it directly from the bottle. You put it on your hand, you rub it together, you take a big deep breath. So that's an aromatic way. Scientifically, because I am kind of a nerd, goes through the olfactory system in your nose to the amygdala in your brain, where it starts to work on the emotional center. And that's why, for example, when you smell something, whether or not it's a fresh baked cookie or it's mowed lawn, or your grandmother's perfume, whatever the case may be, it's why it brings back memories, because our emotional center and our memory center are very close to each other, and they're all connected to the limbic system. As we inhale, it goes through that limbic system and starts to work in the brain in that specific way. So that's an aromatic way. So not only are you using it to help emotions when you do it aromatically, but you're also breathing it into your lungs. So if you have any kind of respiratory issues, for example, if you took some peppermint or the breathe that we're going to go through shortly, you can actually put it in the drop of your hand. Sorry, I was seeing if I could find some. Put a drop of it in your hand and just take a nice deep breath, rub it around, and you can even make a small little like inhaler type. Breathe it in like that. And so that's getting deep inside the lung tissue and immediately starting to absorb into the bloodstream to help open up airways, help decrease inflammation, things like that. The second way that you can use it, and we're going to jump right to the topical side, is anything that skin ailments. You can use it for, you can literally just take, depending on what kind of oil you're using. We say that you can use it neat, which means it does not need a blend of some kind of a carrier oil to help it. There are some oils that we consider hot, and so they can feel like they're burning the surface of your skin. So you want to test those areas first before you try these. But you would take something like lavender, for example. If you had a wound, you can apply lavender neat. You would just put it on the top of your skin to help in that specific area. Pretty neat with essential oils is that they enter the bloodstream within 30 seconds of applying them to different areas. So if you specifically put them on like pulse points, behind your ears, behind the neck, and on occipital triangle, you've got instant access to those large blood vessels, and so now it enters the bloodstream and it gets just about everywhere. And one cool thing about oils to know is if you have no idea where to put it and you don't really know the application, but you know that you want the benefits of it, you can put it at the bottom of your feet and it'll get to where it needs to go. Babies, it's really good. Small kids, to put it up on the bottom of their feet, because as they get a little bit older, they stop putting their feet in their mouth, which is cool. You can also rub it up and down their spine. For example, if you're trying to use peppermint to lower a body temperature, somebody's got a fever, you can rub peppermint up and down the spine to help lower their body temperature. So pretty neat applications there. So aromatic we've talked about, topical we've talked about. The third way we're going to talk about it is internal. Now, when I say this, I'm only talking about doTERRA essential oils. I'm not talking about other products that, I have no idea what their quality is. I'm talking about essential oils from doTERRA only. You can use them internal. They have you can use oregano, you can use black pepper, lemon, lime for cooking. So they definitely have a cooking application for it. I was making some cherry sauce the other day for a topping on an ice cream, and I didn't have lemon, which it called for. So I used a drop of lemon essential oil in there to do whatever it was supposed to do. So you can also use them internally for different medical benefits. Whether or not you use the On Guard to support a healthy immune system, you use the Digestin, which we'll get into, to help with those things that I talked about that I have problems with stomach issues. So you can use them internally. I always like to say that if you're going to use them internal, it's pretty much from tip to tail, and any ailment in between. So it can help with kidney stones. It can help with gallstones. It can help alleviate those symptoms that go along with those different type of ailments. There are some gel capsules available that you can buy through the online store. And literally you just take the gel capsule, open it up, put a drop or two, whatever it is that you're trying to concoct in here. And then that's a way for you not to have to taste it if maybe it's a little harsh on the taste buds. You can also just put it in a drop of water, or 4 ounces of water. 1 drop of Digestin, for example, in 4 ounces of water, and just drink it. So it depends on if you like the flavors. I use the gel caps when I kind of don't prefer certain aspects of the oil or the blend. So that is how to use essential oils. So what I would like to do now is get to the fun part, which is all about the oils, right? So if you were sent a sample pack, you have these little guys right here. So you've got 6 oils, 3 blends, and 3 single oils that are very popular. They're found in the first introductory kits, which is why you were sent them, so you know how to use them and what they smell like. So I'm going to flip over and share a screen really quick so we can, you can have the talk about are the sample blend trios. So the first one that's in your kit that you can go ahead and pop out and open if you would like is Breathe. So Breathe is used for respiratory support to promote a healthy respiratory function. It's got laurel leaf in it, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, combination in there that really helps open up the airway and promote healthy breathing. So if you open it up and smell it, this is one of those that we talked about that you could put in the palm of your hand. You can take a deep breath and inhale it, and it really helps open up the airway. You can also, they have it in the format of a stick that you can apply to the chest of your children when they're having some issues, or you could just mix it with some coconut oil individually and rub it on the bottom of the feet or on the chest to really help open up the airways. I know this is a favorite of my grandson's. It really helps get him through those respiratory issues that he has with the seasonal problems and the stuffy noses and the coughs and the viruses. It really just seem to bother him tremendously. So that is a great blend to have for anything respiratory. You can use it in the diffuser as well to get that kind of that whole aromatic support. The second one in the sample blend trio is On Guard. And On Guard is used to help boost immunity. It has several different oils in it that help promote positive immune function. How about I learn how to talk? Function. It's got clove and cinnamon and wild orange in it that helps boost the immunity. You can put it, dilute it in a spray bottle to help clean the surfaces. You can diffuse it in the air during heavy germ times. Teachers can use this inside their classrooms. Doctors' offices are starting to use this. I actually have a friend of mine who's an owner of a clinic who has been talking about diffusing this within her clinic to help decrease different germs and bugs. So with that, wild orange, clove, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, everything that's inside there really adds a protective blend. And within the On Guard family, and I believe the sample pack had a toothpaste, there are different products available through doTERRA, like the toothpaste. You just need a little dab, but you get all of those wonderful benefits. It's a fluoride-free toothpaste, so you've got all the protective benefits of On Guard that also helps whiten your teeth as well. So really tasty toothpaste. It's safe for kids to use. There's cleaning products available with doTERRA as well. Through the On Guard line, you can mix it in a spray bottle. You can put it in your sink to help mop your floor, clean your bathrooms with it. Just really an amazing multi-function essential oil. The third one on the blend trio is Digestin, and this was the one that I was specifically talking about earlier for my own issues that I have that help me ease all of those digestive discomforts that I deal with on a regular basis. But in Digestin, you have fennel, ginger, peppermint, caraway seed, coriander seed, anise, tarragon, all things that help support a healthy digestion system. Peppermint is known for its anti-nausea benefit. So if you're feeling a little acid reflux or upset stomach after eating, you're feeling nauseated for whatever reason, Digestin is a wonderful blend to help ease all those digestive discomforts. And then it's also used for motion sickness. For anybody that has problems driving in a car or plan on going on a cruise, whatever the case may be. So that is the blends available, well, 3 of the blends available through doTERRA. Moving on to the sample trio, the individual, the first one is peppermint. We've already kind of dived into peppermint. If you've noticed, it's in the Breathe combo, and it's also in the Digestin combo. So peppermint is kind of a multifaceted essential oil that really needs to be within your medicine cabinet. Peppermint, you want to think of anything that's cool and invigorating. You can use it mixed with lemon for a refreshing mouth rinse. You can inhale it to open up your airways. It also increases alertness. You can put it in a water bottle mixed with just water and mist it over your body when you or your kids are outside doing something and you feel like your body temperature needs to be lowered. Peppermint's also used for fevers to help reduce body temperature as well. So, and like I said earlier, it's also used for nausea, anti-nausea. So very, very powerful little essential oil that's kind of a must to have in your family. The second individual trio essential oil in your sample pack is Melaleuca. Melaleuca is probably one of my favorite essential oils. The word Melaleuca in my house might be considered a dirty word because I say it all the time when somebody comes up to me and says that they've got, some kind of skin issue, whether or not it's a little pimple or a cut or a concern of an infection. Melaleuca is going to be the one essential oil that I run to for skin ailments and issues. So it helps soothe minor skin irritations. You can also add it to your shampoo for a healthy scalp. It's the one that I talked about with the different cold sore application. It's a great antimicrobial, so it gets into those cells that we talked about earlier. So it's not just antibacterial, it's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, pretty amazing stuff. The toenail fungus that some people have issues with, really great to add to a combination to help with those issues as well, athlete's foot, things like that. So kind of a must-have. And Melaleuca, for the most part in public, people know it as tea tree oil. And the reason why doTERRA decides to call it Melaleuca is because that's the actual gene name of the plant it comes from. So that's why we hear it as a little bit different sound. But it also has anesthetic qualities in it. And so if you did have a skin issue that you're putting Melaleuca on, it actually can numb the skin a little bit and really help provide some relief there. So that's a great application, as well as even mixing it with the next one, lavender, because lavender also is can help with anything skin, soothing the skin burns, wounds. It also, too, is antimicrobial. So it can really help there. But lavender also has another quality to help decrease stress and anxiety. So you can use it at bedtime to help you go to sleep. This is what is used on my grandson's feet to help him go to bed. I have a blend of lavender with another blend called Serenity that has lavender in it that I put religiously on myself when I go to bed at night. So again, these three essential oils in the sample trio, the singles, the peppermint, the Melaleuca, and the lavender, really have several different applications that can start replacing things in your medicine cabinet that either have high chemical mixtures or just aren't working that great. So let me see if I can move my slide forward. Great. So we talked about the On Guard protective blend and the toothpaste. You can see here that there is several different ways that you can use On Guard and the different products that are available, the cleaning products, the hand soaps that are available. They also make a gel capsule that you don't have to mix your own blend. If you're starting to feel under the weather and you need some immune boosting, you can just pop those in a couple times a day to help really boost your immunity. So really a lot of applications for On Guard. And then Deep Blue, I think everybody got, if you got a sample pack, then you got the Deep Blue rub in there. And this is my best friend when it comes to anything that I feel achy and sore. So I use it on the back of my neck when I get off work. I get tension headaches a lot, and I know that it's coming from the muscle tension in my neck. So I will rub Deep Blue on the back of my neck when I get home from work, and I just almost have instant relief of my headache. You can use this on any sore muscles, sore joints, lower back pain to help ease that muscle tension. Kids, a lot of times, whether or not you're athletic and you are, they're into different sports and they have sore muscles or sore joints, the shoulder after the pitcher, pitching a whole game, the football player that gets all the aches and pains in their thigh muscles and their arm muscles. This is really good to help kind of relax those muscles after, a nice hot shower, things like that. So really an amazing rub that's available through doTERRA. And Deep Blue has a mixture of wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, blue tansy, blue chamomile, helichrysum. So really a lot of different specific doTERRA essential oils that, like, you can get the wintergreen and you can get the peppermint and the helichrysum, but some of the other things that are within the deep blue mix, they're just not available for single oil purchase. And so if you already get it pre-made, then that just makes it easier to apply. So within a lot of the beginning essential oil kits, you actually get the essential oil itself, and so you can mix that in with different mediums like the coconut oil, things like that. So let's see if I can come back to you and stop sharing my screen. Hello again. Okay, so we've gone over, I think we hit 6, 7 different top essential oils available through doTERRA that you can use in your household. And so we're going to take this sheet and we're going to flip to the back. So I'd like to just go ahead. There's a lot of different available options with doTERRA. There's supplements, there's lifelong vitality, there's different things that you can add. But I think it gets kind of overwhelming when we talk about all the different products with doTERRA. So really, I'd just like to get to how do you purchase them and how do you start using doTERRA in your life and in your home. So there's 3 different ways that you can purchase essential oils with doTERRA. The first way is to just go to the website of whomever invited you to this webinar, and they can send you the link. You can go to the shop tab and you can purchase retail price essential oils. And I would say that this is probably the best option for somebody that only has one essential oil that they want to buy, because you're going to pay full price, which is fine. You will have it directly shipped to you. There's no exchange of money from the person that invited you here. That's one of the brilliant things about doTERRA when it comes to purchasing essential oils, is that I don't have to have a retail store. I don't have to purchase large quantities of the product and then figure out how to get them to other people that want to buy them from me and exchange money and worry about receipts and things like that. I don't have to worry about that. I have a website that you get to go to and you get to purchase them whenever you want. And we don't exchange money. You pay directly through the website and it gets directly shipped to you within a couple of days. So I think that's a really great way for somebody that just wants to purchase 1 or 2 essential oils and doesn't really have any plans to buy any more. I've not really met anybody, though, that once they start using these products say, I don't really like the product. I don't want to rebuy. I don't think I've met anybody that said that to me. So the second way to buy essential oils is through wholesale. So just like if you were to go to Sam's Club and get a membership or Costco and get a membership, once you purchase that membership, then you get the discount. Same way with doTERRA. The initial membership fee is $35. And when you renew annually, the cool thing about renewal is when you renew every year, doTERRA sends you a bottle of peppermint. And within the kit that I sent you, peppermint is down at the bottom of the page. Retails $27.33 right now. Wholesale is $20.51. So when you buy your $25, when you repay your $25 membership fee, doTERRA will send you a free bottle of peppermint, and it equals that value. So pretty much you're just buying a bottle of peppermint annually to renew your membership. So that's pretty cool. So once you purchase the wholesale membership, then you can purchase essential oils through your own back office for 25% off of any price. You then become, you have the opportunity to use the loyalty rewards program, which is kind of like a frequent flyers program. You could get free products. You can actually get points back to purchase free oils. You get your shipping costs back in point value to purchase essential oils. So pretty amazing benefits when it comes to that wholesale membership. And I would definitely say that for anybody that was considering buying more than one essential oil, this is going to be the way to go. The amount of money you're going to save in the long run with that 25% off plus all the free oils, it's really the best way to purchase essential oils through doTERRA. And we have kits, enrollment kits that you can purchase. They're within the pamphlet that I sent to those that have the sample kit. There's a ton of different enrollment kit options from somebody that's ready just to completely redo their home with the essential oils, the top 10 that we talked about, plus a couple others, the On Guard toothpaste and some of the cleaning supplies, a lifelong vitality kit, which is the daily supplement that you would take. So that natural solutions kit with all of those products, which is on this page right here, that's a $550 kit that instantly gives you 100-point credit for the next month to buy free oil. So this is really great savings. On the other side, on this page right here, get a little bit closer, you have a couple different introductory kits. Now, each one of these kits waives the $35 membership fee. It's included in it. So the Family Essentials kit, it's right in the middle here. It comes with the 6 oils that we've talked about today, plus lemon, oregano, frankincense in the bottle. And then you get peppermint beadlets, On Guard beadlets, and then an introductory package. And that one is $150 to get started. And so it's a savings of $37 if you order that way. And again, it's waiving the wholesale membership fee. So, and then there's several different other packages depending on what your budget is, depending on, what you want to do and how you want to get started with essential oils. So lots of different options. Definitely get with the person that invited you to this webinar and find out what that best option for you is and your budget. Always like to make sure that people stay within a safe range and don't, hurt their family in any way with these enrollment kits. But I would definitely say, $35 will get you started with any wholesale membership to start purchasing these oils at 25% off. A great way to get started. But if you have the ability to start out with an enrollment kit, I would invite you to, because you're going to get a lot of essential oils all at once, so you can really start using them in your household and start replacing some of those chemicals that you're using. And also, I would like to invite anybody that does join either with a wholesale membership and at least a $50 order or an enrollment kit. I will send you the Essential Life book. Okay, you can see it's almost like a textbook. It's got 450 pages of knowledge in here. And what it does, let me show it to you real quick. It's got these beautiful pages of everything about the oil individually, everything about the blend individually. In the back of it, there's remedies and how to start using essential oils, top solutions, women's health, things like that. So really an amazing resource to have. And this I will send to you for free by purchasing the wholesale membership for $35 plus in the first 2 weeks of joining at least a $50 order, or if you order an enrollment kit. Okay, so that's my invitation to you and offer. So last but not least, I would like to talk to you about different pathways available with doTERRA. We've already talked about pretty much living the lifestyle of doTERRA, using these essential oils in your daily life, replacing the different over-the-counter medications that just might not be working, even replacing some medicines that for example, my grandson had terrible allergies. He was getting sick all the time. And the doctor prescribed him 5 different medications: antibiotics, steroids, antihistamines, acid reflux medicine, because of all of these issues he was dealing with. With essential oils diffusing and application, he was able to come off of all 5 of those medications. So there's genuine value in using these essential oils instead of the medical counterpart. There is, according to the FDA, there's 100,000 Americans die from drug reactions each year. It's the 4th leading cause of death in the United States. That's profound. And now I've showing you some different ways that you can use essential oils rather than those chemical counterparts. So definitely, first path you can take with doTERRA would be living the lifestyle, starting to replace things within your home, the medications that you use, cleaning environments in your home, the toothpaste instead of, you know, the chemical counterparts that are available. So definitely, if that is what you choose, that's great. Purchase a wholesale membership and start slowly but surely replacing different things in your home and trying them every month, you know, to build up your collection of essential oils. If that is the pathway you're taking, and I think that's a fabulous pathway, I really invite you to get these top 3 single oils: the peppermint, the melaleuca, and the lavender. There's so many different applications for these that you can mix together and separately that can really start replacing different things. So that would be a definite for somebody starting out with a wholesale membership. The second way is sharing doTERRA. And what that means is that you have been sitting here watching this webinar and you have found in your mind different family members or the neighbor's kid that has the stuffy nose, or you know, different facets of your life that you're going, as I'm going through these essential oils, you're like, man, I really know somebody that could use this, and I know somebody's got this, and my mother has this, and my sister has this. You know, if you're automatically starting to think about who else could benefit from these essential oils, then you very well might be considered a sharer of doTERRA. And what that means is that as you start to bring these essential oils into your home, you're going to want to share this with other people. And by doing that, you know, you can earn free products. You can have people join underneath your wholesale membership. You would actually be considered a wellness advocate at that point. And all it takes is letting doTERRA know what your Social Security number is at the same time, so they can 1099 you if you have any profits from those people that you share from. So the third way is really building a business. And this is what I'm doing. I am very interested in replacing my current income. doTERRA has several different compensation avenues that provide an income for different things that I do. So I have a goal of building an organization with other wellness advocates and wholesale customers that are using essential oils in their daily life. There are some, the compensation package is phenomenal with doTERRA. And so if this is something that you're interested in doing, please get with the person that invited you, or you can speak directly to me. We can go over those different compensation plans. So I have one more video and then we'll be done. I'm actually at the hour mark almost. So super excited that I did my job and did under an hour. So one more video, guys, and then we will bid farewell.
Hi, I'm Robin, and my husband is Leland. We are Blue Diamonds in doTERRA, and we have 5 beautiful children, and we are the Joneses. Obviously, we have not always been in doTERRA and working in doTERRA. My sister Cherie Burton, a common phrase that she uses, your mess is your message. and I definitely have a message to share in doTERRA, and it stems from the mess that happened in my family. An inner conviction came out of really wanting to search and find something that was going to help my family. A few short years later, I was introduced to doTERRA, but didn't fully grasp the emotional properties of it until actually about 2 years later, when I had attended a convention in 2010. As I was sitting there and I was looking at all the people around me, I noticed that they were no different than me. They had no more education than me. They were other stay-at-home moms and with no prior sales experience, just like myself. And I then had that piece click of, I have something to bring to this. I can share my message.
And she's telling me, and she's like, you know, what if? What if we did this as a business? Like, we just do it, like for a year, we commit. And I remember thinking, all right, you can do anything for a year. It's a year. So it's like, okay, we'll do it. And our life got out of balance.
We were at a place where there were a lot of things going on, and there were a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have done it. A lot of really great excuses to not do it. And I knew that things couldn't be perfect before you just took that leap and moved forward. I didn't know how it was all going to play out. I didn't know how I was going to make this work. All that I knew was I have a powerful message with these oils, that I can show up to somebody and I can give them a gift that nobody else could give them, that I have a solution for them that they can't get anywhere else. And if I don't share it with them, who will? So I have to step up.
As doTERRA was taking off, as Robin was sharing the oils, as more and more people are having interest, having questions, as she is getting pulled in more and more directions, I realize that there is a need. And then I quit my job. And then I stepped in full time. So while my kids are at school, I'm dedicated to doTERRA. When my kids get off the bus or when we pick them up from school, I'm a dad.
I'm so glad I made that choice. I'm so glad that I decided that I wanted more than where I was at. And now I get to be with my family as much as I want to. My husband is home and we're a partnership, a full partnership. And I love that I have learned so much about myself. I have a lot more skills than I ever knew I had. I am grateful also that my husband also committed to do this with me.
I hope that through my experience, it can teach others or allow others to keep an open mind. That they can keep an open mind when maybe they don't have the vision to see where this could take them.
So the stars will never just align for you to do this. There will never be a perfect time. There was no perfect time. There never will be a perfect time. It continues to not be a perfect time. We are definitely not perfect. Our family isn't perfect. We are continuing to learn as we go. And because we stepped into what was uncomfortable and we put a lot of things on hold and we made those sacrifices, we're reaping those benefits and we're continuing to receive those benefits. We now have. So we feel truly blessed, and honestly, it would be unfair to keep this to ourselves, because what we have created, our dreams have come true, and that is a real possibility for you. This can happen. This can be your reality.
This is why we share doTERRA, to give you that possibility. And so enough with the excuses. Enough with all these beautiful distractions. You need to put them on hold and step into action.
Yeah, step into action. Right now.
Like now. Why are you still there?
Like, go away.
All right, guys. So this is it. I really appreciate you coming this evening and taking an hour out of your time. That video really goes over some opportunities with doTERRA, not just to use the essential oils in your daily life, but also how to start supplementing or replacing your income. So I invite you to start using these oils daily. Get with the person that sent you to this webinar or sent you this link and find out how you can start using them every day and how to purchase them. If it was me, then please message me and let me know that you're ready. Or if you have any questions, I'm available for you. If it was somebody else, get with that wellness advocate and talk to them about their journey and how they are doing with their essential oils in their life, what they're doing, and how you can get started. So thank you so much. For those of you that stayed for the duration on this live webinar, I will be sending you this headache blend. So thank you very much. If you watched a recorded version of this and you stayed till the very end and you watched the whole thing and you'd like this headache helper, then let me know. Let whoever sent you this video know, and we'll figure out how we can get your contact information so we can get this into you. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you've learned a lot about essential oils, and I look forward to adding you to our doTERRA family and going on this journey with each other. So have a wonderful evening. Good night.